Welcome dear students. So in this video we are going to talk about this hypoeutectoid transformation. So here dear students, if you know, the very large amount of this steel is produced in this range actually from 0.0 to 2.8% of the carbon, and the mild steels are fall in this range 0.152 zero point 0.5. This is the range for the mild steels. Okay, so dear students, here again the same diagram, but now we are considering this is the hypoeutectoid region of this diagram. Okay, so below this 0.8 percentage of carbon we are going to see this transformation. Okay, from here to here. Now dear students, again I am going below above this A3 line, that is everything is gamma here again at 950 degree centigrade, and I have chosen the percentage of carbon as 0.3% of carbon. Okay, so at 0.3 percentage of carbon at 950 degree centigrade, if you see, so at 950 degree centigrade dear students, so everything will be what, so everything will be what, the gamma, isn't it? Because there is only gamma austenite. Okay, now dear students, as soon as I come below this A3 line, okay, so below A3 line, as here is what, near to gamma, this is alpha rich region, isn't it? Definitely. So below this A3, some gamma will getting transformed to this alpha at the grain boundaries dear students. See, when I come below this A3 line, so some of this gamma which is already present here in this microstructure, now at the grain boundaries it will going to transform, say it will going to transfer into what, alpha. Say this is the alpha dear students. At the grain boundaries, this gamma is transforming into this alpha at the grain boundaries, at the, of course, at the grain boundaries. Okay, so dear students, as we know that alpha does not require any carbon, isn't it? Therefore the gamma region is get enriched in the carbon, isn't it? So here now some gamma which is left over become transformation is low, isn't it? So if you see below this A1 line now, so whatever the transformations of the some gamma austenite below A3 into the alpha at the grain boundaries. Okay, now below this A1 line, below this A1 line, so all gamma grains going to transfer into what, this alpha plus Fe3C into the layer by layer structure, that is the lamelles, isn't it? And the structure is pearlite, isn't it? But dear students, in this pearlite also this some alpha get retained on these grain boundaries, isn't it? So if I draw the microstructure below A1 line, below A1 line, so what you are going to see, so below A1 line, this gamma will be no more there. Now gamma is going to transform into what, the lamelles of alpha and cementite, isn't it? Alpha and cementite. But at the grain boundaries, some alpha is going to retain, this alpha is going to retain, and leftover will be what? When this cooled below the A1 line, we will be having this layer by layer structure of what? This alpha and cementite. So dear students, I am showing this black color with the cementite, and definitely I will show with the red color, that is the alpha. So I will show this alpha here. Like that you will be having again our perlite, isn't it? And at the grain boundaries, definitely there will be the alpha, which is get retained, isn't it? So dear students, this this alpha are bigger, isn't it? Whatever this alpha which is get on these grain boundaries, okay, which the gamma is transformed into this alpha, they are generally big, okay, and because of this alpha is bigger in nature, it will have a very good ductility. It will have very good ductility. And dear students, now see here, one alpha you can see here at the grain boundaries, where this gamma is transformed into the alpha, and one alpha you can see in the layer by layer structure of this perlite, that is this red color is alpha and black is cementite, Fe3C. So dear students, you are having in this microstructure of this hypoeutectoid steels below A1 line, you will be seeing there will be the alpha which is in the laminar, or sorry, which is in the layer form, and one alpha which is at the grain boundaries, isn't it? So dear students, the alpha which is present on these grain boundaries, which is bigger in nature, this is called it as proeutectoid. Proeutectoid alpha, dear students, okay. And the alpha which is present in the layer form, alpha which is present in the layer form in the lamellids, is known as the eutectoid alpha, the eutectoid alpha, dear students, okay. So this is how this transformation, dear students, is occurring. So in short, what you can say, we have taken 0.3 percentage of carbon and we are going into 950 degrees centigrade, where everything was a gamma austenite. Now we started cooling that gamma austenite. So when we just come below this A3 line, so because of this alpha rich region, so definitely there will be the nucleation of alpha. So nucleation means actually what? I cannot say the nucleation, but here some of this gamma which is present in the grains, which get converted into the alpha, get transformed into the alpha, where at the grain boundaries, here at the grain boundaries it get transformed into alpha. And when definitely we come below this A1 line, A1 line, we are having definitely here the perlite, where there are the layers of alpha and cementite, alpha and cementite. So this is how we can get here in the microstructure, one alpha at the grain boundaries and one alpha in the form of layer. So alpha which is at the grain boundaries is bigger, gives good ductility for the steel, and that alpha is known as the proeutectoid alpha, dear students, and the alpha which is present in the layer is known as the eutectoid alpha, isn't it? So this is how, dear student, hypo this hypoeutectoid eutectoid transformation is happening. Transformation we have seen, okay. So this is a hypoeutectoid transformation, dear students. So dear students, in next video we are going to see about this hypereutectoid transformation. That will be the last transformation in this iron and iron equilibrium diagram, dear students. So thank you so much for seeing this video.